With that, yay, we're gonna go talk Nintendo Direct, our reactions. Like, subscribe, share it with your friends. So before we get into our reactions, I'm gonna run down everything that was revealed, everything announced at Nintendo Direct. So
Yeah,
we got
okay. I haven't heard any of this, so only a
so we
Ooh.
couple
got
things. Only a couple things.
Ooh.
Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hope. It's coming out June 24th, 2022. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp coming out April 8th. No Man's Sky Summer 2022. Mario Strikers Battle League June 10th. Uh, 4v4 Mario Soccer with gear system that will change character attributes. Characters will have their own unique special abilities. There will be an online club system that allows you to create a team with friends online and compete. So it's a little more than just a Mario Soccer game, a little extra there. Splatoon 3, Salmon Run Next Wave, Summer 2022. Front Mission First Remake, Summer 2022. Front Mission 2, to be determined, to be announced, the date. Disney Speedstorm, Summer 2022. And that is a free to play Disney racer game that will have a season pass system that introduces new characters, crossplay enabled. Uh, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. The Wii edition of The Force Unleashed is coming to the Nintendo Switch with optional Joy-Con motion controls. It's coming April 20th. Assassin's Creed: The Ezio Collection, February.
Ezio.
Ezio,
Ezio, you Neanderthal.
whatever collection, coming February 17th. SD Gundam Battle Alliance 2022. No hard date on that. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, which I am looking forward to, April 7th. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, March 25th. MLB The Show 22, April 5th. Kingdom Hearts Integrum Masterpiece for Cloud, February 10th. Clona Fantasy Reverie Series, July 8th. Portal Companion Collection 2022. Live Alive, Live Alive, July 22nd. Also looking forward to this game myself. Nintendo Switch Sports, April 29th. Free online test, February 18th through the 20th, of three of the sports games: bowling, champaka, and tennis. So, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo said, take that, Amico. We're going to show you how to do motion controls. Taiko no Tatsuken Rhythm Festival 2022. Zombie Army 4 Dead War, April 26th. Getsu Fumaden Undying Moon, February 10th. Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, The Hikomi Chronicles, June 10th. Lego Brawls, June 2022. Two Point Campus, May 17th. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, March 18th. And it's going to be 48 remastered courses that will be released as paid DLC through 4 different waves by the end of 2022. The first wave launches on March 18th, 2022, free with Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass subscription. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, that's September 2022. And that's everything that was announced. Blinded Braille, you had a huge reaction to this. Would you like to reiterate your reaction to the Nintendo Direct?
Yes, it was. In my opinion, it was mediocre. It was. I don't know. The last couple of directs or last year's direct was much better than this. Not to say that there weren't bad games, but I think a lot of it was underwhelming. Like the first thing they showed off was very underwhelming. Like Fire Emblems Warriors, a game that the spin-off, which it has action elements, which is more
Well,
appealing for general audiences, it
hey,
didn't even
hey,
sell good.
you were right. You got your Fire Emblem game.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that they were going to show off a Fire Emblem game, right? Just based on, you know,
I agree.
it
I
was,
agree though.
yeah,
I think I have it for 3DS. I don't. Was it on Wii U or was it just on 3DS?
it was only on 3DS.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. Underwhelming. I know Fire Emblem has absolutely picked up steam in the last few years. People are
Yes.
loving that game. The series. I've been a big fan for a long time. To be honest, I'm not disappointed that it's not a regular Fire Emblem type game. Only
But the
because
way
I
it
kind
was
of
framed, it was so
yeah,
bad.
yeah, and people are kind of getting tired of the Warrior games. At this point,
Yes.
but
Yeah, it's
I,
boring.
I, I,
Hell no. Hell no.
I,
Yeah,
some people,
no,
I love them.
no.
some people love them. I actually would love to see them bring the Dragon Quest Warriors over personally, but
That wouldn't be that bad.
for the most part, I have to disagree. I think Nintendo Directs are always hit or miss. So going into it, I didn't expect too much. I was hoping that maybe, with the Zelda anniversary coming to a close, that they would do a
All right, that was.
yeah,
It
they would do a
wasn't gonna
little
happen.
something. Yeah, I didn't expect
Yeah.
to see any Breath of the Wild stuff, but
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. No.
yeah, just I was hoping for like a Oracle's release like they did with Link's Awakening, or maybe a Wind Waker announcement. But other than that, I think people are missing like the huge point. I think Strikers is going to be phenomenal. 8-player
Yes, I agree
support,
with that.
all on one console. Okay, understand that in television. 8-player support with light RPG elements. It looked absolutely fantastic. I'm not a huge Mario Strikers fan. I only played a little bit of the original, but I think that's going to be humongous for the
Yeah.
Switch moving forward.
It's probably going to be
I
the
haven't
best
played
selling
any of
one.
this. I haven't played any of the
Real quick.
Strikers games yet. They look
Real
good
quick,
though.
Simon.
Yeah, they are good.
Eric Wells in the chat, he said, didn't they also announce something for Metroid Dread, a new motor boss?
Yeah,
might
just
have-
a
I was
Yeah,
motor.
going off
I
these
heard
articles.
something about
Free
that.
updates, yeah, free updates.
Yeah.
Updates, yeah.
It was
And
pretty minor.
as Tommy Uyumiko points out, this is actually the second Fire Emblem Warriors game in the series.
Yeah. Well, this one
Yeah.
is actually a direct continuation of Three Hopes.
Three houses.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Three Houses, yeah. Well, the first Fire Emblem was not.
It was
I
just
don't
a
even know what
standard-
it was about. Yeah.
It was just a standard Warriors. I think it. I didn't play
Yeah.
too far into it. I think it just kind of encapsulated
It's
the series.
it's
up
kind
to
of
that
similar
point.
what they did with Zelda, where the second Hyrule Warriors was based on Breath of the
Breath of
Wild
the
instead of it
Wild.
just being
Right.
instead of it being general, right? So, but the issue is, it's like, hey, if Fire Emblem has on the 3DS got so many entries because Fire Emblem Awakening blew up and became so
Right.
popular, and to stick this game first, people thinking, hey, we're gonna get a Three Houses sequel. I don't know. It just was like,
Well,
what the hell?
Here's where my expectations lie, and this is typical Nintendo, and this is the reason why a lot of people are upset with. It's split. Mario Kart kind of falls into this where people want Mario Kart 9. I'm on the side of you're getting almost a full new game, and with Mario Kart 9, what are you really gonna get? Essentially, it's gonna be close to the same game, right? There'll be some new
we're gonna have to
features and
talk about
whatnot.
that.
But I'm in the camp. We'll kind of transition to the Mario thing. I'm kind of in the camp where I haven't played too much of 8 Deluxe. I know they've been working on 8, and if you want to group it all together, where 8 and 8 Deluxe is pretty much the same thing. They've pretty much been working
Yes,
on
it is.
content for that game for a long time now, all the way back to the Wii U.
Almost 9 years.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this move, only because you're basically getting almost like in some cases this could be considered as another two full games. It's Mario Kart. Mario Kart 7 is exactly like Mario Kart 8 is. It's very similar. So
Similar, yeah. But I don't know. Hold on. I have to rebut with this. Here's my issue with this whole reveal. If you've seen what they showed off, the tracks that they showed off were extremely cheap looking. Like, a lot of people have been saying, oh, they're ports of the mobile game, which it does look like that. It looks straight up like, when you compare the tracks that we have already with the game, with the new ones, it doesn't. It looks like a totally different art style. It looks really bizarre. It looks like they just like tweaked it a little bit and then rushed it out. That's what it looks like.
I'd have to look more into that because I wasn't
Can you
aware
show
that.
it?
Yeah, I
Render,
wish we
Tony?
could.
Let Carl's trying to jump in here, guys. Let Carl. What do you got to say, Carl?
My problem is it's $25 and I can spend that on a game or more than one game. That's my problem with it.
But it's essentially 50 cents. But here's the thing. It's essentially like almost like 50 cents a track, which really isn't bad. And if you do happen to be a expansion pass holder, you are getting it for free for the time that you have the expansion
You're
pass.
renting
Yeah, but that's like $50 a year.
You're renting it.
Yeah, you're renting it for $50 a year.
I don't want to rent DLC.
I think 25 is not really that bad.
But here's the thing: $25 for a bunch of tracks may sound, because it is 48 tracks. But the original DLC on the Wii U, you got, even though you didn't get 48 tracks, you still got new characters, new tracks. I think there was vehicles too, and it was less. It was like $12. And it's like, I would rather get like new characters and vehicles and tracks, not like, hey, we're gonna just, make these like crappy little remaster tracks that don't even have the feature of the zero gravity or their anti-gravity, whatever it is. It just seems like really cheap. It's like, so this was my conspiracy theory. The Mario Kart 9 was supposed to come out for the Switch. I think that was always the plan, but what changed was they're like, listen,
the sales numbers.
Well, not really the sales numbers. I think it's just like they were debating on whether they should do it, because it's like, to put a Mario Kart 9 so late into the Switch's life doesn't make any sense, because we know that like 3 years from now there's gonna be a new console anyway.
And they're gonna want to sell it, right? So it makes more sense to hold that off until the new Switch, so you have to sell it right from launch.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, because I'm looking at these tracks here, and they don't look that bad.
They look pretty bad. Compare it to you have to compare it to what we already have. Like, if you're not comparing it, then you're going to be like, yeah, they look okay.
From what I've seen,
because I disagree.
Side by side comparison.
I will right now bring up the official.
I have a tweet about
video.
it.
Do the video too.
No, there's not the video. This is the Nintendo press room where they have all the assets from the old tracks and the new tracks, and we'll look at them.
I didn't see what he's like. At first glance, when they kind of zoomed through him.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, now compared to the canyon that we already got in the game, you'll see that these polygons.
Okay, so what are basically what I'm trying to grasp here is what you're saying is that that they're not as detailed.
This looks like the mobile game. This looks straight up like we took tracks from the mobile game, up-resed it. If you look at the trees, look at all of this stuff. You're like, yeah, this looks like Mario Kart, right? But compare it to the Mario Kart 8 tracks that we already have. You could tell that something's off. Like, specifically this, the plants. There's a track exactly like that in Mario Kart 8, and it has way more detail. Like, just even when they're driving around, like, you could tell there's no anti-gravity on these tracks, which to me is already weird, because that's the whole gimmick of Mario Kart 8, right? So it's like, why would you just...
The tracks from Deluxe.
Hold on, hold
on, wait, that one is a DLC from on the Wii U.
Well, nothing has released as of yet, right? What I want to know, was there any kind of work in progress on the actual video? Because maybe those things like, I understand that, like, stuff like Pokemon, like, obviously, like, they were like, oh, well, it's still in development, and then it ends up coming out, like, everybody gave shit for, Pokemon Sword and Shield, the trees being the way they were. But I get what you're saying. If there's no anti-gravity, like, if there aren't the ramps,
the tracks you're showing right now it's not framing my argument properly, because these are battle modes. Of course, they're not even They're not going to show. Yeah,
I'm trying to say there are here on this thing.
They look okay to me. I don't see the differences he's quite pointing out, but go ahead.
Well, because there is a track that is very similar that was shown off with the plants and the clouds. We have one like that. I think it's a remake of that track in Mario Kart 8, right? And it looks much better, right? All the tracks on Mario Kart 8, even the ones that were DLC for the Wii U, look there's the texturing looks better, the lighting looks better. Like it is just a nitpick thing, but this was a lot of people talked about it. It's like, hey, this looks pretty rushed out. I mean, like this looks like you took the mobile version that already exists, and we know we're getting mobile tracks, and you're just like, hey, let's put this out there because people want Mario Kart, right? We're not going to have a new Mario Kart.
Here's the thing, Blinded. If they are mobile tracks, it doesn't say brand new tracks. It says remastered. So it could just be
remastered.
So, but they're going for the look. They want it to retain.
But that's what it looks like.
The mobile look for those particular tracks is what I'm saying.
They can say whatever they want. It still does not look like up to Nintendo's standard. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the thing. How many tracks are initially in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe when you buy it straight off the shelf? How many tracks are available?
Let me Google it. What? There's like four tracks, and there's hold on.
per four thing, about 16 is usually what it usually is, about 16. 4 cups, 4 tracks a cup.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I think there's like maybe 6 or 8 cups in Mario Kart 8.
Okay, so there's what, like 24, 28, about 28 max. So let's say like that number, 20. So you're getting double that. And the question is do you expect for that money that you're for what you're paying? That's why I say this is not really
there's already
that bad.
48 tracks.
There's 48 in the game. So they're doubling it essentially.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically,
wait. Sorry, hold on. Wait. It's 32. My mistake.
Okay, so 32 is still quite a bit. We can agree that that's still quite a bit. They're giving you 48, and essentially, it's my understanding that these are all tracks that are obviously they do this every time Mario Kart comes out with a new game. They would be giving you basically a handful of tracks that are brand new to the game, and then they'd be giving you a handful of like retro tracks from previous titles. What they're doing basically is giving us 48 retro all at once, like tracks that have been established, nothing new, tracks from every game that's been established so far. Do I expect them for $25 to put the amount of detail and effort into it? No. At that price point, no. I hope that like the quality of what Mario Kart is, the like you said, the anti-grab, the jump, the ramps, all that stuff. I really do hope it doesn't seem like, I get what you're saying. Like, I don't want it to have a cheap feel where these tracks feel disconnected from the game itself, because there should be that quality should be put in there. And I do have faith that like, dude, this is Nintendo's one of their biggest, games, right? Mario Kart comes out on almost every system. People buy a Switch. It's a system seller. So I really do hope that the care gets put in there. I don't personally, just from the screenshots that I seen, it didn't really, like, I didn't notice it at first until you said something. And personally,
I sent some in examples in the DM group. If you want to pull it up, Tony.
And
I
personally
didn't really notice an issue until people started pointing it out. That was when I noticed an issue. But like you said, I mean, you're getting 48 tracks for $25. I mean, you're getting more than a full game for $25.
Right.
Here's why I complain about this though, because okay, go.
I was gonna say the first tracks that you're getting, according to Nintendo, Wii Coconut Mall, N64 Choco Mountain, and Tour Tokyo Blur will be included in the first wave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be 4 waves. What do they say? 48.
Yeah,
well,
and
6 waves. 6 waves.
2 years. 2 years.
Well, the rest of this year and next, up till like the end of next year.
Yeah.
So that definitely puts the nail in the coffin for Mario Kart 9 to come out on Switch. That's over.
Ooh! I got breaking news, but we're gonna say that. I'm gonna look at these pictures that Mr. Blinded sent us.
like I know this is a nitpicky point, right? But what I wanted to say is that, like every time it seems like the gaming industry receipts like goes back. Like we got decent DLC for this game 8 years ago, right? Now this game has been ported on the Switch 5 years ago, and now we're getting this DLC. It's
I
like,
have a
hey, in that 5 years, you could have developed, given us new characters. You could have put characters that are from other Nintendo IPs, right? Save some characters that are going to be in the next game, right? Save some features. But like, this seems so half-assed, in my opinion, right? Where you're like, hey, we're just going to give you a bunch of tracks so you could stay quiet, you could play all you want, and then no one can complain about, hey, where's Mario Kart for the next 4 years, right? Because they did this.
Can I ask something? Okay,
Yeah.
let's say you're buying a first-person shooter where they sell map packs, right? How many maps do they usually include in each map pack?
About 4 or 5.
That depends.
6.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
I mean, they used to be about the standard. I haven't played a Call of Duty type.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
They don't
so
really do that anymore, too.
I mean, okay. I mean, if you're speaking pragmatically, financially, whatever, you're basically investing in the equivalent of how many. It's basically a map pack.
Right,
It's
each wave.
equivalent of equivalent of a season pass, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not so much as paying for a DLC. You're paying for a season pass that contains multiple DLC.
Now here's my thing. They're releasing this all. You either have to buy it all or you get none of it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean that kind of is a bummer that they're not offering each wave. I think it kind of stinks if you want to just get in for a couple bucks and at least try it out and see if the quality is there.
I guess at least you get equivalent. It's like I said, I guess, but like I said, I'd rather spend it on multiple games.
Personally, I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and like I said, I haven't played much of it, but it's a Mario Kart game. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've played like about an hour. Right. I've played about an hour of it. It's great. I think 48 tracks is fantastic. I think if the quality's there, if it's suffering a little bit, I can understand that for the price. I mean, 48 tracks is a lot of tracks. That is a lot.
I would wait to see. I would wait to see what the first wave looks like before we really evaluate whether or not it's worth it for other people.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The only thing go ahead, Tony.
I was going to say, if you're a fan of Mario Kart 8, if this is what you like, more tracks are always going to be appreciated. I don't think people are going to complain too much.
Yeah.
We will nitpick and we'll say, hey, they're not up to the standard. They're not looking as good as some of the other tracks. At the end of the day, people are still going to buy it. There's like, 100
right.
People are still going to buy this.
I think if all the features are there, this is a home run for me. Like, I know I don't have it. I'm going to get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe this year. I think 48 tracks, to bring it up to 80 tracks, that's impressive. I mean, that's just as impressive. I know it's not like the work that, Smash Brothers and what Sakurai put in behind the development of every character that he brought into that game. But to get this out in the next year and a half, well, a little bit more than that. But 48 tracks, that's a lot. And if I were to choose, do I want a new Mario Kart game or have a game that has 80 tracks in it? I know I'm going to have to spend, I'm going to have to either buy a used copy or whatever. But by the time I spend about $50-$60 and I got 80 tracks, I'm probably going to take those 80 tracks because there's probably going to be a lot of tracks that are favorites from, Super Nintendo, from 64, and then Double Dash and GameCube. And so I see this as a win. Personally, I see this as a win for Mario Kart fans.
And didn't they say that if you have the expanded online service that this is included with that as well?
Yes. Right. But like Carl said, you're basically renting it. So you only have it while you have the expansion pass.
Yeah. I don't like that argument because you're not paying for the DLC. You're paying for the online expansion services, and this is like a bonus, like a cherry on top.
I mean, you're still paying for it. It's like PlayStation or Game
Not really,
Pass.
because you're paying for it beforehand. You were going to get what you were getting before they did this. It's the same thing with the DLC that they gave you free for Animal Crossing when they announced the
Yeah.
This
online.
just right. This
Which
just
that
might
one
put
was.
you over the edge to get that expansion pass. I mean, some people. I can't say that
Yeah.
everybody's going to just they're getting the online and they're getting the expansion pass. I'm sure there will be a few people that say, "Oh wow, I love my Mario Kart. I might just now get the expansion pass because I don't want to spend the $25 on it, and I'd rather just put it towards the online, which I get all the time or whatever." And this is just like Tony said, there's a cherry on top. So
Yeah,
I
because
I see the argument on both sides.
I just
and
think it's
here's
a
why I'm
half
making that
glass,
argument.
half full argument, in my opinion.
Well, here's why I make the argument, because the PlayStation Plus service is actually an online service. It's for you to have the ability to play online. You get 2 free games as long as you're a member of PlayStation Plus. I mean, as soon as you stop
Well,
being a
you
member, you don't
also,
get to go away.
well, you're also getting the collection as well, if you have a PS5.
Yeah, but I
That
think
is
the collection
pretty.
goes away too, doesn't it? If you no longer a member.
Yeah, I was just adding in. You get the games and then you get the collection as well. Like that was a selling point that they're trying to push.
Actually, the Xbox equivalent to Xbox Live Gold, you get to keep the original Xbox games included in Gold. I think.
Yeah, so
Because I remember that happening
I
for me.
think
So
You're right, Carl. You're right.
sorry, Tony.
I think we've hammered home this particular aspect of the Nintendo Direct.
Oh, we didn't even get to the Wii Sports.
I did. Yeah, I didn't. Hold on before we get to Wii Sports, because I missed a few things. Earthbound/Earthbound Beginnings are coming to the online Nintendo Switch Online. Metroid
That was
Dread
good.
got an update. It's a free update that adds getting hit once, called Metroid Dread mode. If you get hit once, you die. It also
Oh,
added
forget that.
a rookie mode. And then they said later on a second free update in April will add a boss rush mode. So,
And I just want to say I partaked in the Metroid Dread demo after getting my OLED, and I didn't realize there was a demo out. I must have missed the news on that. But I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
If you had asked
It's a
me,
good game.
I'd have told you.
also, Cuphead got a DLC. Delicious Last Course was added.
Yes, actually called DLC.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Triangle
Yeah.
Strategy
That's
has a
funny.
How
demo.
cheeky.
There's a demo for Triangle Strategy that was released.
Oh, I didn't even know
Like,
that. Oh, I'm gonna.
let
try
Yeah,
you
that
that
was
play
out.
released
Chapter 1.
last February, right?
That font
No, it's
type
coming
is
out.
way too thin for my eyes.
Okay, font types, but Triangle Strategy lets you play from Chapter 1 to the end of Chapter 3 in the demo.
Oh, okay.
It's and a lot of people are. This one is. This one's hit or miss. I think a lot of people love it for what it is. It's a tactics game. It feels to a lot of people like Final Fantasy Tactics. I played through the entire demo. I put 8 hours into that demo. It's okay. It doesn't really do it for me like Final Fantasy Tactics did. And I know it's not going to be a popular opinion. But there was just something about it that I don't know. I don't feel like a game since Final Fantasy Tactics is quite captured. And I know Tony likes the Tactics Advance. He likes that a lot better. He likes the judge system. But to me, Tactics was the creme de la creme. And I haven't since played a game. I've played a lot of good ones, especially on like 3DS had Stella Glow and a lot of good games. But this one is probably as close as we'll get to probably Final Fantasy Tactics before they finally decide to make a sequel or a prequel. But there's something not quite like maybe it's the like going around and trying to get everybody on your side, the whole like the scales of justice system that they got going on. To me, it's trying to make the story much larger than it is. But it's just not a gameplay feature that I really find engaging. Maybe some others will, but for me personally, I didn't find it engaging.
Okay, so any more Nintendo Direct reactions? I personally am looking forward to Live a Live. That was a game that never came over. I played
Live
it
Alive, Tony.
through
Live
emulation.
Alive.
Live Alive. I think it's Live Alive.
No,
I
it's
think
Live Alive.
I'm
No, I
kind of
don't think it's
interested
Live
in.
Alive. Because
I'm
the whole
kind-
point of the game is different lives that you play as. So I think it's Live a
Yeah.
Live.
I'm interested in the new sports game, the Switch sports
Yeah.
game. I think that's going to be cool.
The Wii Sports thing.
Yeah.
The ring bag.
Mhm.
A lot of people were upset over that one because it looks a little bland and basic. To me,
What
I
are the
thought that was
games?
a
What are the
Wii Sports
games?
though. That wasn't
What are
even
the
my
games
concern.
on it?
bowling, tennis, and what else?
Sword fighting, soccer,
It's
and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't have much to it, but
Yeah,
I
that
think
was my
that'll
problem.
do well. Here's the
I
thing.
mean, you're missing one of the biggest games, boxing. That was super popular.
Oh
Yeah,
God, that
boxing
was
was
my
the best.
dude. That's
Yeah.
that game right there. I played that not too long ago, like 5-6 months ago. It is a workout. It's a good workout.
Yeah.
Just sitting there, going through that, playing like an hour or two. You get a
Throwing your
good,
hands up
It
after you
is
win a
true.
match.
you can almost get a decent sweat, a little bit of a sweat going. Just if you actually try hard a little bit.
I got to be honest, I'm really looking forward to Chrono Cross for a few reasons. One being, I know so many people out there be whining about the Chrono Cross, not thinking they don't understand how it works. It's not working right.
And
Are
they
you talking about the
updated
frame rate for that game? Because the frame rate looked off when they were showing it off, and I was like, "Oh snap! This is a remaster. This looks like a port."
I think whatever they showed was awful. I think they'll have that buttoned up, and if you actually go and look at screenshots, it looks really good. I think they're going the Final Fantasy route, and the updated character models and stuff look really good for a game that was it was an early PlayStation RPG. But it's it's a fantastic game. I think it looks pretty good.
I've never played those, so I'm really excited to try that. Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, I've never played any of those, so I'm definitely excited to pick this one up.
Yeah, Chrono Cross is a lot different than Chrono Trigger, but it's a very confusing battle system. But once you get into that game, it has some great elements to it. No pun intended. But and then obviously, the tons of characters, great fleshed out characters, great story. So you'll definitely enjoy that one.
I can't wait to fight Salt and Pepper again.
Here's why I'm excited for Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers edition.
Oh, you're not talking about that.
Let Tony finish.
The Radical Dreamers edition includes the game that was never out of the Japanese market, the Radical
Text Adventure.
Dreamers. That text adventure that fills in a lot of gaps, fills in a lot of holes in the storyline. I loved Chrono Cross. The element battle system was fantastic. It was one of the best games. The thing that I really love about Chrono Cross was all the different characters. Like there was so many characters.
I'm with you on that one.
But I was like, I'm gonna play as the little alien guy, and I want to play as the skeleton dude, and it was
like the old man wrestler dude. I can't remember his name, but he was fantastic.
I can't wait to play Snap the Magician again.
So much good stuff in that game. Love it. One of my favorites.
So I want to jump and say that the last thing I want to touch on is I think Klonoa, that was a surprise. Those are games that are getting pretty expensive nowadays. So to see that kind of get ported over to the
it's a remaster,
Switch,
I think.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Because when I seen it, those are kind of they're hitting their age. You can tell if you go back and play those. But to see that come over to the Switch, I thought that was a great addition too.
Yeah, and I heard you guys mention Nintendo Switch Sports. You get 6 games: soccer, volleyball, bowling, tennis, badminton, and chambara which is swordplay.
Ooh,
And
badminton. I love badminton.
a seventh game is planned to be added via free update this fall.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Golf.
I think they're
Oh,
gonna. No,
I'm
it's golf. Yeah.
Golf.
that's
I think
crazy.
they're
Yeah,
gonna do.
it's kind of
Yeah, what they're doing with Mario, the sports games, or they just release updates for it, like over like 6 months or something. That's what they normally
And
do. So
according to
I-
this press release here, it says they wanted to include cornhole, but they couldn't get the license.
Jesus.
So
Oof.
that's
Carl, Carl was out
how,
on
Carl,
that
Oh,
joke.
Carl left himself right
damn.
off the stream.
Shit. What the fuck?
So, that would have been a $60 game if cornhole would have been in it. Been in it.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, like that they are doing, like bringing out a sports title like that. I think that could help maybe sell some more systems. I mean, think of all the people that
Yes.
bought a Wii just for the Wii Sports. I mean, people that were like playing that now, that maybe parents or something that were in their 40s. Now maybe they're in
Yeah.
their 60s or something. That could be like a new bump in
And
sales.
and how did what were the sales numbers on the Clubhouse game that they released? What was it, last year? The 40 games or whatever. That might be a good reason why they kind of resurrected the Wii Sports
The
or
sports,
Switch
yeah.
Sports now, or whatever it is. now.
Right.
But,
Well, Clubhouse Games is not even in the top 10 of selling Switch titles. So, what I do think is going to be funny, and gentlemen, prepare for this. You're going to hear this from all of the Amico fans, that the whole idea of Nintendo making a sports game proved that there was a market. That if only the Amico had been released a couple of months earlier, they would have captured that market that Nintendo obviously realized from watching Amico videos that existed and was needed to be brought back into the fold. This is obviously
That would be
react.
That would be a dumb
If-
argument because there was
if-
Wii
yeah, but
Sports on the Wii U, so I don't know
if
about
they
that.
were if they weren't rehashing everything on the Switch, it could possibly maybe be an argument. But let's be honest, the Switch is bringing over old PlayStation games, old PS2 games. Like they're hitting on everything. The system has dabbled in almost everything. It's insane.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think that's all I got for the Nintendo Direct. Like I said, looking forward to Live Alive, which never came over, and Chrono Cross because I love that game. I'll probably buy them and never play them because I don't play my Switch for some reason.
Damn.
But
I don't play
that's-
mine enough either, man. I don't know why. Like I love it, but I don't. It's like when I go to sit down and play a game, I reach for something else.
Is that because you got an
Mm.
original Switch?
I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: I do like it.
Switch
It is fun
OLED.
to play. I just don't play it. I'm like Days Gaming. You know, when I sit down, I'm like, should I get it? I'm like, no, the PlayStation is so much easier. It's already there.
I know. I get on my
Yeah.
Xbox by default. I don't even think about it.
So we'll see.